All right, so here we are. Another day, another stream. So today I would like to try to update ghidra to version to the latest version. So I still have my stuff here from last stream. Let me see. So this is Gradle and development ghidra. Okay, it's is it apparently fixed? So latest, no. So let's get this going. Where was I fixing things? I was fixing them in the ports tree. Devel ghidra. Oops, not that one. Git. So yes, exactly. 11.3.1. Fix PKG fallout. Yeah, okay, exactly. So I checked out this branch and here should be the changes. Now, okay. Let's make clean. I don't know what is the current status here. And make (11.3.1). So the make file, Gradle version like this. And now I'm kind of 100% sure that, yeah, so I need to rebase a couple of things. I can see someone here. Hello. So let's see. I hope the sound is okay. Let me see. I'm using OBS for streaming. And there, yes. Okay, let's see. So compiling this stuff. FreeBSD is an awesome operating system. I really like it. So now we have the new, the old. What is the difference between this one and that one? Yeah, it's the property sample. Okay. Let me remove this thing. Not old. Windows from this one to that one. Yeah. There are lots of changes here. The old one, we don't need it. We don't need no stinking PKG list. Where did this? This was some joke on the internet some time ago. Like, we don't need no stinking something. I need to search that. No, we don't need no stinking badges. Maybe it was that one. Stinking badges, dialogue from 1948 film. Okay. Okay, I learned something. Oh, two wrong answers. Hmm. Okie dokie. Again, the quality assurance is not done properly, I would guess. So make check plist. Missing this one. Property sample. In pkg plist. And I guess that I don't need the sample. So make clean again. Make kids are asleep. It should load the things relatively quickly, not load compile. So oh, I still have this running. Yeah, it's amazing how it uses all the CPUs, all the cores, I mean. Mhm. Let's update this. So in the previous stream I had done already quite some things here. So I guess that the porting to this new one 11.3.1 is almost finished. Let me see the development. Mhm. Takes a little bit of time to compile, and I don't know of a better way to test the plist other than compiling the whole thing again, which is unfortunate because it does take quite a lot of time. It's not like yesterday that it took, I don't know, like 1.5 hours to compile, but it still takes quite a lot of time. It's not in a controlled environment because it's not done in Poudrier, but make check plist. All right. Now it seems that this is kind of ready. So, Poudrier, let's test the port, latest, the development here. Let me just check that I'm doing things correctly. Test the port, the latest FreeBSD here. Yep, looks good. So let's see the compilation process. This is 142 devel. So it should be signaling some things. Latest build. Remaining one. These are listed. Last time it took ages to compile the OpenJDK 21, and now it should be available. Or not. Yeah, exactly. It's starting to compile the thing here, and the package doesn't show here because it's like that. So the reason is listed, and where was this stored? User local Pudri, probably under data, packages, and we are at 142 devel, all, and OpenJDK. We have them all here. That's great news. That's really good. So that's why it's going fast, because they are already compiled and cached. So build, latest build. Let me see here in the latest. Yeah, it's the build. So Control T. Yeah, it doesn't show the things. It's build, failed, skipped, to build one. Successful. Now let's see. Configures the other stuff. So the QA tests are done. No staging violation. Building ghidra, okay. Good. It seems to me that this is okay. In the meantime, let's devel ghidra, okay. Let's try the port format, and again I need to go to my notes. This is ports, create a squashed port, but that's not it. Linting a port, page 385 in my notes. Page 385, yep. Port lint AC. Make sure port uses Java features. Okay, this looks fine. Make use tab not space. Line 25. 25. Okay. Yeah, in fact they are spaces here, and they should not be. Okay. Now it should disappear. 5 warnings. Warning. This port installs .desktop. If desktop is included, limit time. If the desktop contain, you must add desktop file utils to users. Where is the desktop file? Ghidra, the subfiles, yes. So the work, okay, it comes actually from the work. That's an interesting. Where's the chat to make some noise? Hmm. Here is the chat. Welcome, chat. Um, can I also? Okay, that's a nice thing. If a face blue smiling, you can also have some with some tongue out. Let me try out that one. Yeah, cool. I'm learning. I'm learning how to use the chat. Hi, Satwik. So, hi, Jimbo again. Nice to meet you virtually. Uh, Today is the day that I get this done or not. I mean, the previous version is fixed, which is good news. So when I submitted, so there was the bug report here. So if you didn't, probably you were not until the end. I managed to do 5 hours streaming yesterday. I was dead. Um, I don't know at what time I went to bed. Um, anyways, uh, Vladimir, he took my changes and he actually did some fixes to it. And he has committed to the main branch because I don't have the commit bit yet. And I later on, so he did this at one something, and then a couple of minutes afterwards, I did some small fixes, but his fixes are also fine. His fixes are also good. So I just took out some stuff and he left it in. It's probably better the way he did. But it didn't propagate yet because, as we can see in the fresh ports, if we go to the ghidra thing here and we update this, so it's in the quarterly, still the same version. So the quarterly is there. And in the latest, it's still not compiling. So today I still received an email complaining uh, that the package is still in fallout, which is still marked as fallout. But um, yeah, learning a lot. Well, thanks. Yeah. I am also learning along the way. Yeah, I'm also learning along the way. So glad that you can learn some things. It's probably not the most effective way to learn things because I take forever. If I edit the video afterward, it becomes much more digestible, but then you are not seeing and you're not experiencing things live. Um, and I do crazy stuff live. Okay, yeah, package done. Okay, compiled, looks good. Let me see if I can have here, so user local Poudrier data, packages, for FreeBSD, one devel, all ghidra. Yeah, it's there. So pkg, let's install this package. My keyboard, I guess this is the laptop I'm using, has a hard keyboard that I need to press the keys in kind of a strange way, otherwise, in a hard way, otherwise I'm always missing some letters. Okay, it installed the things and ghidra 11.3.1. Yay! It's starting. No, don't show tips in the startup. So yeah, show log. Yeah, it looks good. The other thing is user local share ghidra, and there is the ghidra run. This is where it's installed, and JDK21. Awesome. So this looks really good. This is looking as it should be. So in the fresh ports, package build success, 8 minutes, looks good. What else should I do? I mean, it's there, right? The important thing at the end of the day is going to be fixing these linter things. So contains meme type equals something. I don't remember seeing this thing. And why do I have in work ghidra desktop? Where did this file come from? Work ghidra.desktop, software reverse engineering framework. So I'm a little bit confused. It should be under files, or at least I forgot. Yeah, exactly, desktop in. So it comes from here, files, ghidra, desktop in. So this is the in, means that it needs to be processed here. And what was the port linter saying? The port linter was saying, no, not find. This port installs desktop. Yes, it does. If the installed contain this, you must do that. It doesn't do it, so I don't need to do it. Okay. Another warning. Enumerating info files in the is deprecated in favor of adding info files into the using the info macro. Enumerating info files in the plist is deprecated. Okay. What is the info files? Something dot info IOG dot info. Is this the info files? But I guess that this is no, I guess that this is doing something that it should not be doing, because these info files, I don't think the makefile info macro, this is not the, okay, and it has the line there. So let's say pkg plist and terminal port lint C 3309, and this is the register info, exactly 4303 is this dot info, 4307 is this one here. And then it says makefile possible use of absolute path name / temp. So /temp Gradle home base /temp. Okay, yeah, that's already okay. And the info files, what is the info file? So what is info file? .info. It's the text info thing, which is not what we want. There is the man and the info. Yeah, exactly. There is the info, which is another way of doing so. We can man info Read info documents, exactly. But that thing is not an info file. So vim pkg plist can cat pkg plist pipe grep expression dot info. So and find this file here, and I'm sure that this darn file is not an info file. Yes, it's an XML file. So that warning is, I don't need that warning. Fatal, I will ignore this because this thing was changed already. Git k on the make file. This was changed already by someone in the FreeBSD project, which was Muhammad. Convert BSD Java, and exactly with this and uses Java, something like this. So I'm ignoring. Possibly this port linter is not up to date, but let's go for the other one. Port format on the make file. Oosh, okay. More warnings. The shebang files. What is it complaining? Data debugger launches. So local. Aha. Asks me to change this. Yeah, it likes to have this thing sorted alphabetically. Okay, quit. Yeah, I'm missing the M. I need to press harder. The shebang files. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. J, K, L. Launchers, Androids definitely before. Okay, that's... So let's do the following. The launchers. Let's pipe it into sort-u. Boom. Was this good or not? Where did my A go to? Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, looks good. Set list. So set no list. So at least this part should be sorted out. Maybe let me try again. Port format. Still telling me that this should be here. Agent. So it should not be at this level. Do I have? Yeah, I have this line by line. So let me adventure here. And probably it didn't sort because it was not in the correct sort issue. Okay, and let's put it here. So it's port lint, no, not port lint, port format -d make file, and it still doesn't like it for whatever reason. So it's telling me take this out and put it in. Okay, why? It should be alphabetical order. So what it's telling me is that the features, so it's Y features ghidra, okay. Okay, it's telling me to pack these things. For whatever reason, it's asking me to pack these things. So, okay, we do what this guy tells us. So we take the Postgres and we take it until the end, I think. Support Slay is the last one. This is the last one, and we add this stuff that they want. Bam. Okay. Now we add stuff like this, and port format is done. No more complaints. Port Clippy on the make file looks good, and port lint still the same things. Now, because I did a couple of changes here, I want to make 100% sure that I'm not screwing anything. Yeah. So this, and this means that I will pudry it again. Yeah. Mm, let's test the port. So Jimbo writes that I hope one day to port some software myself. Uh, there is nothing like starting. So just start doing it, and you are going to get lots of help from the people that are in the FreeBSD community. I can say that I'm still beginning to do a couple of things, ports and so on. I mean, the guys that are there have definitely much more experience than me. And the cool thing is because we don't have a commit bit, yeah, the guys, they are really checking what you're doing before it gets merged into the main branch. And I've learned quite a lot. I had some discussions on the FreeBSD Discord channel. I'm a little bit of an old-fashioned guy, so I don't do this stuff so well, this Discord and whatnot. Um, and I was already aided, so I learned already lots of stuff from this colleague here, from Vladimir. He kind of is like, when you will be given the commit bit, then they will mentor you. So someone is going to be chosen to mentor you, and I could say that uh, that um, that Vladimir is a non-official mentor for me because he has been giving me quite a lot of help. So, and I say non-official because I've not received an email or any indication that I will be receiving any commit bit in soon, which is okay. So I submit things and they check it for me. Some people say that it's the curse of the commit bit, so because then you get responsibility when you get the commit bit. And sorry, and if I'm having a commit bit, I will definitely be very sure to check and recheck everything before I submit. All right, so this is going, it's compiling. So okay, and running QA tests passed. Okay, that is really reassuring. Building package. Okay. So development, this is currently installed. It's fine. Good. So this is looking kind of fine. Now these are the changes to update it to the 11.3.1, which is the latest one. Which, as you can see, at the end of the day, there are not so many changes. I mean, of course, the P list is huge, but the P list, if you followed last time, it's a document that is generated automatically. Typically, all the fun is happening on the make file. The dist info is generated automatically. Sorry. Yeah, some coughing. I had to turn off the sound. Good. And pkgp list lib the libvirt makefile. This is okay. This is for the other video that I want to do, and this is not part of what I want to do here. I think it's this one here. Yeah, building poudrier. It's going. Okay, so what am I going to do now? This is still compiling. Let it compile. Git status. So what is the problem currently with the changes I've done? The problem is that yesterday there was a commit to the main branch where there was an update to version on the previous version. Yeah, so the make file and the p list are here, and this commit means that I need to rebase my changes, and this will definitely mean that I will have to compile everything again and lint it and whatnot. So, which is fine. But in the meantime, I can add these files. And here just say something like git commit update ghidra to 11.3.1, which is the version that we have, right? Right, 11.3.1. That's it. And now we are sitting on top of this fix, the fallout, which contains the additional changes that were not pulled in by Vladimir. So it means that I need to come to the main. Oh, and this is an interesting thing because I built on top of this, which is not so nice, but yeah, I'll have to rebase the whole thing. I'll have to rebase this one to the new main. Let's do that afterwards. Building, how long? It's taking 7 minutes, so it should be finished. It was 8 minutes last time, right? So let's see. Logs, building. Okay, tail, user local poudrier, data, logs, probably bulk. No, this is not a bulk. This should be a test, right? Packages free. I don't know if it is possible to get this thing here. Logs. Can we get the build? I don't think. Okay, it's done anyways. So 8 minutes. That's good. So this means that packages, devel, and all ghidra. Because I don't want a tail definitely. I want to see what time was this file created, which was just now. Oh, okay. That doesn't look okay. 26. Interesting. One for because this was compiled yesterday. Okay, that's an important thing. So this was compiled yesterday at 1:34. So it didn't really compile this package. No problem. Now we start with the rebase. I always like to have a look at this like this. So this, the libvirt here, I don't want to touch it. So let's, I don't want this to be part of my problem. So git status, let's do a git checkout. This one here. The gid Rust, this is the plugin for Rust decompilation that I'm almost finished with this. Okay. I'm going to tar and let's actually go from here, ports, yeah, tar, gid on the devel, tar, okay, definitely, compress cvzf, so I compile, I gather all these things, and this file, which should be here, okay, 9 megabyte, I'm just going to put it for the time being here, and I'm going to ignore for the time being that this is there. Git pull, let's do it brave, and it's going to try to, yeah, pull remote, yeah, exactly, set to, okay, git checkout main, so it didn't do, git pull, no tracking information, git k, so yeah, okay, so lots, ooh, okay, this, lots of stuff has happened since I started this. Main, ooh, this is lots and lots. Okay, and now the interesting thing is remotes main. Let's see, where is the commit that refers to the fix that I had. So, can we check from here, or I don't want to go here, I want to search it on Git myself. So I'll just do a git blame on the make file. How about that? Who is to blame? So Stefan. Uh-huh. Okay, this doesn't look good. Um, this doesn't look good because I did a bump in the. There should be a 1 there. Okay, what's happening here? So make file. Let's go here. It's 11 to some. Yeah. Let's just have a look at this make file. Vladimir, it's here. Fix here. So, but where am I sitting currently? So this is the change was yesterday. Yes. Okay. Yeah, which contains the new port revision because this needs to be bumped. Fix plist after the upgrade. And why is the plist not there? That is very strange. Where is the plist fixes? Why are those fixes? And where am I? At which version am I sitting? Git branch. I'm in the main. I know the problem. Set upstream branch to ports. Um, yeah, I'm sitting in the main here, and because I think I deleted the main last time, remote sports mains. Remote sports main. So set upstream to remote ports main on the main. Git pull. Now it should, yeah, fast forward. Okay, now it looks good. And if I look at the main file, and it has this thing here. And now let's look at the changes in this directory, because just now I was looking only at the make file, and this fix. Okay, yep. Now it has the fixes here. Okay. We should confirm everything step by step because we should know what we're doing, not just doing random stuff. Yeah. So good. So we are looking at this version. So we are not sitting in this version because the ports tree has evolved. But what we need to do now is to rebase this one here. So I want to rebase this on top of the main there. So, and it's going to give me conflicts. For sure, it's going to give me conflicts. So what I need to do is a git branch, git checkout. I'm going to switch to this branch. Now checkout, create a new branch with rebase. Okay, so git branch. Now I'm in the rebase branch and git rebase to main. Yeah, and now there is a merge conflict here. And this merge conflict is really easy to solve because it's just a git checkout on that file here because I need to overwrite it. Or don't force me to do the things here. Oh, there you are, Robonogi. Nice that you are in the channel. uh, yeah, no problem. You can see this. Hopefully, the video is not going to be like last time, like very long, 5 hours. I need to get some sleep at some point in time. Good. Pup, 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 pup. Where are we? So, look, git checkout. I was just the directory name was wrong. Unmerged. PKG plist. And now, yeah. There is so this is in the head, and I hate this kind of stuff, but expanded and fix PKG. So it's build directory. Okay. Getting a really nice community in the meantime. For such a small channel, it's unbelievable. All right, now let's try to fix this stuff. How was this? The AF something. I must have said this sentence already about a small community a couple of times, so I'm starting to repeat myself, which is not good. So the commit, find commit, yes. Is this good or not? This is definitely not looking good. Searching, no, search up, also not. Search here, no. It was the commit ID. Why am I not? There we go. Go to. Okay, this commit ID is the one that has the one here, and at the end it adds these things here, build, bdist, and so on, which I don't want. So this means that I need to take whatever is in the head and I ignore the rest, and I merge the file. Right? Git add pkg plist, git rebase continue. I think it's like this. Okay, now resolve conflicts. So rebase continue, merge conflict, still git status, both modified, git add pkg plist. So let's just make sure that the plist, yeah, okay, it took out what I did before. Git add pkg plist, git commit, and the rebase continues if it's okay. So let's see. Okay, was it as simple as this? Now let's see what has happened here. So compared to the one that is checked into the main branch now, we changed the distribution version, correct? We removed the port revision. We don't need to bump it anymore. The dist name changed because it needs to pick up a different file. We updated Gradle. We say we need Java 21. Java. Ugh. I don't like Java programming, but and I will say my default sentence. It is what it is. The shebang files, fine, and yeah, compile those extra things. That line needed to be removed. This thing here, and now the pkg list needs to be tested. Blah. I don't like the thing that is happening here, which is that if I try to submit a patch, this patch is going to no, it should actually be okay because it's or not. No, it's not going to be okay because it's going to create two patches which I don't want. It's going to do the fix the fallout thing and that one there. So what I want to do basically is to do a merge squash. So what is a merge squash? I want to take those two things and create only one of them. I want to squash these things. So, and I need to search on how to do that. So git merge squash, merge multiple commits into, yeah, exactly. And check out merge. Yeah, it's easy. Okay, I know. So let's first do a merge squash here. So let's check out the main, git check out main. And now git check out branch tg update ghidra to 11.3.1, something like this. And I created this new branch based on the main. Now git merge. Where did I git branch? Where did I come from? I came from the rebase. So git merge squash on this one here. Boom. Okay. And now I should only have one. Yes. And this is where we are. So both changes that happen here are now in this single bubble. Okay, that's an easy thing to do. And so git commit update ghidra to v11.3.1. Okay, now let's see the now it goes this branch here. I could just remove it, and this is the one that I want to submit because it's a clean diff between main and this one here because it's a merged, a squashed merge. Okay, now because lots of stuff have happened, the last thing I want to do is to test out the commit thing. So not the commit, the build. So poudrier, and in this case I'm going to do a bulk latest freeware this with, so yes, I want to build the port. So, and it should be building here. Remaining 141. Let's see. It should hopefully not take too much time because I updated the main branch and it might be that it's missing the pen. Ooh, yeah. It's starting to do bad things, I think. Build using it. Yeah. So it's going to take forever again. This is not optimal. Yeah, well, this is development for you. So I cannot do too much. Yeah, so then the problem most likely is because is that those packages that it's starting to build, I mean, it's saying here 315 missing dependency. Yeah, so there were 3.11.11 the half pass, etc. And where we're going to start getting issues is on the OpenJDK. Yeah, no, oi, oi, oi. Deleting this one here because of, okay. And if you remember yesterday, the it needs to build the, I think 18, 19, 20, and 21. There we go, 18, 19, and this is going to take forever, forever. But there is no way around this because it cannot fetch the packages because they are probably not built in the, they are not built upstream. So I need to build them locally. And there is no way around that. So, cute things. This is the issue of going always to compile on the latest. Yeah. So remaining 79% is done, and the OpenJDK, which is, yeah, it's somewhere here in the queue. So OpenJ, yeah, ooh, it will be, as I was saying, it's going to compile 18, 19, 20, 21. And if you remember yesterday, it took 45 minutes to compile this one. It took 35 minutes. It takes forever. So, mm, yeah, yeah, I cannot do too much about that. Let me see. Automake 117. Just for the fun of it. Fresh ports. What is the latest automake that is there? Automake. Transferring data. Okay. Hopefully the stream is up and running. So here fconfig, it's still using the EM0, so this should be fine. Automake 117. Okay, why am I always changing this? So 117, yeah, why is it not picking it up? 117, let's see. Because it needs to be 117, but needs to be, yeah, everyone has 117. So I'm not sure why is it not picking. Some of these things are a little bit of a mystery to me, to be honest. Why does it need to compile this if this is already there? And it's compiled, it's not new, it's already since some time. Cute. Reason. Print lib paper. Okay. Thank you, but I don't know. So get text tools here. Get text tools. Let's try to see the get text tools. Get text tools. Server PC. Okay. This is the decompiler. Do I still need this? No, I don't need this window. I don't need this, I don't need that. Okay. So, um, 62, so it compiled 8 already, or something like that. Bison CMake core, lots of stuff here will be a little bit heavyweight to compile. The OpenJDK is definitely going to take forever. Okay, yeah, I just need to let this run. I cannot do more than this. Just let it run. In the meantime, what can I do? Let me check my notes here. Okay, let's read one manual page I found out the other day, so I'm going to show this to you, which is actually a really nice man page. I was just going to open a new tab. So, and this is man intro, which is an introduction to general commands on FreeBSD. It's a ready-to-use man page. I mean, giving you pointers to some other things. So let's read a little bit on this, because there is the intro 2, the intro 3, and so on. So for example, man 5 intro. This is going to introduction to file formats, man 2 intro, introduction to system calls. So this is really nice. Man intro, or 1 intro. Section 1 of the manual contains most of zero, which compromise behavior. Some of these commands included in section commands. Okay, remote file, copy miles, all commands set a status value upon edge, which does traditionally the value 0 signifies is okay, while bigger than 1 indicates some commands attempt to describe the nature of failure as defined in 3 sys exits. Okay, learning, while others simply says to arbitrary value. Yeah, this is lacking a standardization here. Sys exits. I didn't know. So legacy exit status for system legacy. Okay. This interface has been there and is retained for this interface. Its use is discouraged. Okay. Yeah, probably because lots of people just ignored that. So let's just forget about this. This interface now, the choice of exit is often ambiguous. So that's the problem. Yeah. So, and here we could have 2 trees which are different sections of the man page. So let's see man 2 intro, introduction to system calls and error numbers. It's under sys system call h error number. Yes, so these are the error numbers: permission, no such files, no process, etc. Device not configured. So these are the typical errors. definitions. Process ID, parent process ID, process group, each active process, a member of non-negative. This grouping presents the signal of related processes and the job control of CSH. A session is a set of one or more process groups. A session is created by a successful call to set session ID, which calls the okay. Session leader is the process that is the leader, the controlling process, the controlling terminal, orphanated process group, yeah, real user, yeah, it's really nice. Saved super user, so is granted its effective user ID is 0, which is root. It's also known as root. An integer assigned to the system when of a names consist of 2 characters. Path name. File access permissions. Have revised maybe change chmod file access interpret by the system 3 different users owner. Yeah, okay. Read the process. That's okay. Otherwise permission. Yeah. Sockets and address family. Sockets between each communication between processes. Yes. We can use sockets also inside the same computer for inter-process communication. Yeah. The interesting thing is that socket, the way it's built, means that processes running in different machines, maybe even across the globe, can communicate with each other. So the sentence is correct. It's an endpoint for communication between processes, which need not be running on the local machine. Each socket has queues for sending. Yeah, sockets are typed according to their communication priorities, can include whether and send receive require the same whether communication is reliable format. Each instance of the system supports the collections consults. Yeah, each instance supports some number of sets. Each protocol. Yeah. Address is the set of addresses. Yeah, that's good. Let's see the intro, page number 3. Intro to the C libraries. Okay. An overview of the C library. There are other libraries such as must come with L, like LM for the math. LibBluetooth, Bluetooth library, libc. So I wonder, these are probably standard libraries that come with the system. Yeah? I need to investigate that, but it's probably correct. And organized alphabetically also. Huh? C, standard I/O, bit operations, bit string storage, and pool. Remote procedure calls, time signal handling. Okay. libcalendar, calendar arithmetic, libcam, common access, crypt, libcursors, terminal independent screen management for two-dimensional. Okay, I remember when I was teenager, instead of using libcursors, this was MS-DOS times, I used to use Turbo Vision. I don't know if you heard about Turbo Vision, but that used to be awesome. So where are we? Remaining 47. Let's continue. Use character user land or something. Use userland character device. Okay. Compat functions which are observed are available for with 4.3. The number of systems provided in the previous release have been included. It does provide compatibility with 4.3. That is surprising. libdev-info, device and resource information, devstat, dwarf. These are debugging symbols. libelf, libfetch for file transfer, figpar, file File parsing. So why figpar and not filpar? Fig looks like figure. General purpose input output. Generic security service application. Okay, I don't know that one. libjail, KVM used for kernel memory. Okay, and a crash dump. libl. I also don't know this one. There's lots of stuff I don't know. Math, libmd, meshes digest. Yeah, MD. Don't use MD4. Don't use MD5. Don't use SHA. 256 is also not recommended. 512, I think it's okay. PAM, PCAP for packet capture, performance counters, pthreads, sysdecode, termcap, libUSB, video graphics library. What do they want with the libc channel purpose? Okay. Man, VGL, man page 3. What is this? Interesting. Is this, can VGL set mouse? Living is a library that enables the program access to graphics mode supported by the console driver. Nice. The library takes care of programs that actually and provides simple functions. Mouse. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. VGL. This reminds me of old DOS programming. Yeah. This reminds me old DOS programming. Set vscreen size. Virtual. This is the virtual, right? Set the virtual screen size. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, what is in the intro main page? Introduction to device drivers, device abstraction, device term used for hardware related stuff, disks, printers, and so on. Pseudo device. Good. Accessing device in /dev. Good. Devices without device nodes. Device drivers for network device do not, in order to be accessed. Drivers for network device do not use device nodes. Yeah, okay. We have the M0 and something which are not there. I never realized that. That's an interesting thing. They don't have a /dev thing. Their selection based on their decisions inside. Instead of calling open, it's introduced by using the socket. Okay, that's configuring a driver into the kernel. Before is based, okay, historical nodes. Prior to 6, the device could be created in the traditional, which was the MK node, no? Could be created in the traditional way as persistent entries in the entry file. This is the MK node. Build a special file, which is the character. Is deprecated on modern. Okay. And this is why it says that this is historical prior to 6. I mean, I've not used MK nodes since ages. While such entries can still be created, they no longer function to access it. They no longer function. Oh, okay. Prior to FreeBSD 5, devices for these containers exist in 2 variants as blocks and characters. Yep. Traditional names reflected by letters BC as the type identification of the output. Raw devices were traditional name with a prefix of R. Raw. Interesting. First time I read this. So I'm learning stuff also. Would denote the raw version of the disk whose buffer device was the buffered. Okay, this is no longer the case. I'm learning stuff which is useless. All devices are now raw in the traditional, even though they are not given the R, and buffer device no longer exists at all. Okay, interesting. Buffer device were accessed through a buffer cache maintained by the owner. Historically, this was system private cache, but rendered obsolete by the introduction of uniform virtual memory management. Buffer could be read and written at any position. Yes, in contracts, raw device can be read or written and positions that determines of the underlying device block size. And write calls are synchronous, not returning. Okay, good. Yeah, nice. Learned stuff already. 5. Introduction to file formats. Files location is in etc. This is a simple page. 5. 6. Games. About traditional BSD games. Games are user bin if installed. Banner, Caesar, Fortune, GRTC, Morse. No, from random. And 6. Random. Random is a game. Random lines from a file. Okay. Is considered a game. This tool is remnant of the game's collect format file. Should have been removed to software. It does not have a current formula. Okay. 6, 7. Miscellaneous information pages. Arch support. Okay. Supported architectures. You see, this is missing in Linux. Is all this rich set of information that is available here. Remaining 22. Yeah, the CMake also takes forever to compile. Let's see. And this is, people take time to write those things. It's not only the manuals, the PDFs, but the man pages. Look at the amazing thing. Architecture difference between and so. A quick reference of key ABI. ABI stands for Application Binary Interface. Full details concern processor specific ABI. If not explicitly mentioned, all sizes are in bytes. Uses a flat address space. Yes, variables all have the same representation. So, example PowerPC and AIM variants. Kernel uses a separate address space. So, initial release, nice. The ARch, which is an ARM-based thing, the first is the 11. What was the latest one? 13, the PowerPC. So they are still doing stuff here. The RISC V started in 12. Okay, discontinued architectures. ARM, final release. IE, MIPS, RISC, okay. Spark. ILP. All support can be divided into two groups, ILP32, IL int long and pointer to 32, I think. Void, yeah, exactly. Long and pointer int, while long and void are, okay, I don't know. It's probably the LP64, so very good. All supported type. Oh, this is awesome. On all supported int, machine dependent type sizes. Wow, that is cool. Long double 12. That's an interesting thing. I386, a long double. No, yeah, because this is a double. It's 3 bytes. Okay. Time T is 8 bytes on all support, okay, except, yeah, exactly. The i386, I think it is still supported, but it's going to be deprecated. And the endianness, oh, this is nice. Char, Arch, AMD, ARM. The ARM, I knew, okay, that they are armed. So the ARMs, they make the chars as unsigned. So this is an interesting thing, because this causes portability issues in C code if you're not aware of that. So since I do um, secure coding workshops at my job, this is one of the topics that I talk, and I'm going to show this very shortly. So if you have a program that main void something like this, yeah, blah 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 blah, and then you have char c equals get char, okay, man get char. So, and what we see here, the get char returns an int, and what I'm doing here is assigning a char to a get char. I mean, because the char returns a character, so I want to put it into a char. The problem with this is that in different platforms you have different sign mass. And why is the int here? The int is to signal an error. So where does it say? Return values. If successful, this returns the next. Character values are returned as an unsigned char converted to an int. If the stream, the routine returns EOF, and EOF is -1. If an error, the global variable is the end of file condition is okay. So this is a very subtle error, because AOF is -1 and characters. So what the C standard says is that for the function getChar, if the value is positive, it can be converted to a char. If it is negative, in this case minus EOF -1, you cannot convert it into a char. The reason for that is that the char signess is different on different platforms. And if you are going to do a test later on like this, if C equals EOF, this is wrong, because when char, for example, if you have an ARM CPU, this is unsigned, and this -1, the error is going to be converted to 255, and here the condition is saying if 255 equals -1, which there is an integer promotion in this case happening in this thing, and you are really going to compare the number 255 with -1. And this means that this condition will never be fulfilled on those systems where char is unsigned. And the bad thing is that the compiler typically doesn't warn you about that. So there it goes. And here it's a really nice table. Power PCs are also unsigned. The risk is signed. Okay, it is what it is. Page size, floating point, quad precision, yeah, default toolchain, uses Clang, yes, copy and read elf, machine architecture, machine CPU, machine art, okay, predefined macros, Let's go again to C, remaining 18. This CMake is taking forever. Okay. If what happens if I reload this this list here, the queued ports are still going, so it built already 58, so predefined full set of prisma can be obtained by this command. Let's see, I've never run this command. xcdm, okay, I'm learning. This is really neat. This is really cool. Underscore FreeBSD, and this is defined to 14. This is really neat. Let me take a note of that, because I'm going to have trouble searching for this again when I search for it. So if my, okay, cc dash x dash c dash t capital M dash capital E dev null. Nice. Okay, C predefined macros. Common size of endianness, architecture specific macros, good, important make variables. Okay, wow. Machine architecture, CPU type, target architecture. Wow, that's a nice thing. So, and I was here in the intro, so map of ArcSketch, okay. I'm always looking for this somewhere on the internet, and now I can see it here. I'm not sure that Linux has this stuff. So 30 hexadecimal is the number 0. Where is it? Hexadecimal set. 30 hexadecimal. There we go, until here. Okay, nice. The C programming build instructions. Okay, man 7 build. General instruction how to build a FreeBSD system. This is not bad. The following list provides the names of actions supported by the build system. Analyze, use crank static analyze against all and presence. Okay, check, run tests, check world, clean. Yeah, this is how to compile the thing. Build env, build world, clean kernel, native X tools. This target builds a cross tool chain for the given target as well as elected list. Okay, native installs the result. Okay, install world toolchain universe for each architecture. Execute build for all kernels for that, including. This case takes a long time. Thanks for the warning. Kernels, worlds, targets, tinderbox. Okay, xdev install kernel, environment debug this. Okay, wow, with CTF. We'll run the dtrace CTF converter on built objects. Local. Wow, okay. Nice. Examples for improved methods. CD, target AMD, build world, build kernel, destination directory, ARM. This is how to do it. Not bad. Clocks, system keeping clocks available. Is there more than one? Various timers, the scheduling, the statistics clock, the clock report by times, the profiling clock, and okay, the microseconds clock, the 82 TSC, this ACPI clock. Okay, wow, lots of clocks. Development. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Introduction to free development process. There you go. Go to those libraries, those points there. Looks good. Oh, okay. Examples. Check out the current brand, build it, and so on. After reboot, afterwards, build install. Looks good. What for? Witness? What is a witness? Log validation. Okay, forget that. Environments. We could spend hours and hours here. Typical environment variables. FFS, commonly used file system. Berkeley, yeah. The fast file system, yeah. Firewall. Man 7 firewall. These basic firewalls are used to divert packets and IPFW. So yes, but I like PF, not sample IPFW. Nice. I don't use this. Port binding. IP filter, packet filter, additional reading. Not bad. Here, the hierarchy. Okay, now this is again something that on FreeBSD is very well. It's documented, of course, that we're seeing here, but it's very well decided upon. So everything has its place. Slash is the root, slash copyright. There we go. This is the copyright. Slash bin, fundamental BSD, see intro, slash boot, programs and configuration using during FreeBSD boot, defaults, device hints, DTB, compiled flattened device tree. Okay. EFI, firmware, fonts, images. See loader Lua, BSD boot menu images. Okay, kernel alt, loader conf, Lua, modules, slash compat, file supporting binary conversion with other operating systems. So slash compat slash Linux, slash dev, nice, GPU DRM, NDI, never saw this man, but slash enter additional state to random number generator, slash etc automaster, Bluetooth, is probably going to discuss the files. Yeah. How nice can this be? I mean, it's really well organized. Slash home, this is where you put the home directories for the user. Slash lib, geom slash and vendor specific libraries to extend the NVMe control utility. Libexec slash media. I mean, okay, what is the difference between this and that? Mount points for removable, such as CDs, DVDs, USB, C auto mount if using it. Okay. Empty direct commonly used by system as temporary mount point. Okay, I learned more. Auto-mounted NFS shares. Okay, non-existent by convention. It serves as a home direct for user accounts that need no home directory. See, okay. Slash proc slash rescue. Do we have a slash rescue? And we do have /rescue. Statically linked programs for emergency recovery. Let's see how far did this go, and the CMake is still taking forever. Home directory for the root, fundamental BSD system elements. See, okay, TMP, commonly removed. See, clear temp enable in RC comp. User bin, BSD distribution files. User BSD dist. Do we have that? BSD dist. No. Current. Okay. ls user BSD distribution is not there. FreeBSD. Okay, it's not there. Include standard include /li user lib. Wow, it's very, very, very thoroughly described. /var log temporary transient at. So /var, what do they say? Log temporary, transient, and spool files. Variable stuff. Variable stuff. Var game status and score files for BSD heritage. Okay, good. PF today. Wow, that was nice. The here host name, release ports, and this is the ports infrastructure. So, and I would like, I mean, I'm not going to read all these things here, otherwise it's going to be boring. But you can see where you can find additional information. So, ports and security, I definitely want to see that. So, ports. So this is what we're doing. So FreeBSD offers a simple way to compile and install third parties. Also used to build packages to be installed using PKG. Yes, the ports tree user ports consists of subdirects. Each direct is a direct with metadata, then with metadata and patches necessary to make the original compile and run on FreeBSD. Yes, compiling is as simple as typing make build in the point. The make automatic fetch the application source code either from a local, unpacks it, applies the patches, compiles it, also handles depends other piece. Okay. Afterwards, make installs the application. FreeBSD is maintained by several branches, which differ mostly by versions of software. The main branch contains all the latest package, so while the quarterly branch only provides critical fixes, the main branch can be cloned and updated from the grid. Yes, so why am I currently not using the, and why is this kind of a pain in the back side to compile the ghidra thing? It's because the Gradle thingy that was updated is not in the quarterly. It's in the latest, and when it's in the latest, it's painful because you need to compile everything. And therefore you get this thing here, that it's just compiling whatever, the latest stuff. But when I'm doing a new, so if you're porting your own software to FreeBSD, okay, my advice, don't take the latest, take quarterly, because quarterly is a little bit more stable. And if you're not doing any fancy things, it should be much faster to do the Pudri thing. However, when you're submitting your changes, it is good to check with the latest. It is good because you have to check that it compiles with the latest. But during development, at least the quarterly should suffice. And if you're lucky and there is not too much changes between latest and quarterly, it compiles fast. also in the latest. As I was saying, currently I cannot do that. And if you remember here, let's go to up here, missing and whatnot. And what was the command that I issued? Build on the latest. Yeah? This is because if I pick the quarterly, it's going to fail the compilation because of the Gradle version 8.12, which is now what is in the latest one, is not existing in the quarterly, and therefore it will not compile. Yeah. And this also means, so sorry, server too busy. So let's see Gradle, which is what we need to compile that stuff. The bad thing is that there is no maintainer, so maybe I take ownership of this. January, so develop upgrade. So there is no maintainer, but someone dropped maintainership. Okay, so this September he dropped the maintainership. So if you are searching for a program that you would like to maintain, take over this one. It's as simple as submitting an updated makefile where the maintainer is your name, and that's it. And then you become the maintainer here. The downside of that is when there is a new version of Gradle, you have to update it. But you see also here some other colleagues that have commit bits, they also do some changes. For example, Shin Lee, he just upgraded to 8.12.1, although he's not a maintainer, which is good. So Guang Yuan Yang, he dropped maintainership, upgrade, and he apparently has been maintaining this since long time. YGY, 21, take maintainership. So it took maintainership here, 2020, and now he dropped maintainership. So Toby, we set maintainer, fix, and whatever. Sun Poet submitted this in 2014. I will check again at some point in time if there is no maintainer still. I will take care of this. The thing is, we need this to compile ghidra. Yeah. So, and therefore it should be maintained by someone. Let's go. 40 minutes. The CMake is horrible also. So let's I was explaining this latest and so on. So what I'm probably going to do is that, because I don't want to go to bed too late to bed today again, I'm going to read a couple of more things here in the man pages, and then I will stop the stream, but I will leave this stuff compiling. And tomorrow is another day, and I will pick up again from here. So again, you see why it's an issue that to get these things here, compiling, porting, whatever, it is a lot of work. So hooray for the porters. So Okay, where were we? Quarterly, the main branch. Sorry, need to stop the sound. Okay, it happens from time to time that I need to cough a little bit. So, but I should not be coughing in your ears, right? So this is how we clone the things. Yes, the quarterly events can be found as branch like quarterly, yeah, where indicates the year and one. So 2025 Q1, something like that. Yeah, there we go. Clone. Clone this branch. It's generally a good idea to use ports branch that matches the PKG repository being used. By default, the PKG is going to one for FreeBSD system. It's configured to install. Okay, yes. Targets. So we do the build, checksum, clean, configure, depends, extract, fetch, install, and package. And it says here everything that is happening. Yeah. By the way, so 44 minutes. Let me try to see if I can user local Pudri data probably freebie logs bulk FreeBSD 142 devel. That's where I'm sitting, and this is the CMake latest CMake logs CMake. Okay, 96%, 97%. It's oh, I have two OBS. It's probably two threads. Yeah, this is two threads because it has the same PID. And amazingly, it's not really building CMake, and it's not really using too much CPU. 98% and going. So yeah, these are the targets of the configuration. rm config, blah 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 blah. So rm remove options, config recursive, fetch all depends list, missing, cleaned, install. This is all done just by this is just done by the whole ports infrastructure, the makefile infrastructure. So the last line that is written is this include thing. This is the include BSD port MK, and this is what does what's doing all the magic. Quick search. Okay, environment port steer, work prefix, this distribution directory, su command to elevate to configure install a port and save right access. Default is user win su -c. Menu set it to sudo esh-c for convenience. Packages, locals, if set, go to the master for all files, master port, fetch index, no ignore, try broken, make variables with debug ports. Okay. Yeah, we could say compile, go to the pip and compile the flavor of Python 37. Exactly. Example, debugging ports. Enable debugging. By default, ports are built and packaged without debugging. Debugging symbols are stripped from binaries. Optimizations are used in variables. Whether ports are built with debugging symbols can be controlled via settings in the make conf. We debug ports. Enable debugging. It is also fast to use the debug variables in the conf. We debug flags. Build. Nice. I didn't know that. See also, okay, development. Port linked one. Additional documentations, PKG searchable index of all its FreeBSD ports. Good. And man 7 development. Introduction to the. I think we saw this already, right? Yes, we saw this. And now the last one that I wanted to see is security. This is a nice thing. See mitigation for the offer available in FreeBSD. This one offers security-related topics. Security is a function that begins and ends with the system administrator. Yes, if you misuse and abuse your system, as they say in German, selbst schuld. It's your own fault. While all FreeBSD multi-users have some inherent security, the job of really maintaining additional mechanisms to keep users honest. Okay, is probably one of the single largest undertakings of the system. Machines are only as secure as you make them, and secure concerns are never competing with the human sense for convenience. Are ever competing. Unix systems are capable of running a huge number of systems, and many of these processes operate as servers, meaning the external entities can connect and talk to them. Yes, as yesterday's minute and mainframes become today's day, and computers become networked, and security becomes an even bigger issue. That is true. Security is better implemented through a layered onion approach, also called a defense in depth. In a nutshell, if you want, what you want to do is to create as many layers of security as convenient, and then carefully monitor the system for intrusions. System thing also pertains to dealing with various forms of attacks, including that attempt to crash or otherwise make a system unusable, but do not attempt to break root. Security elements can be split into several categories: denial, user account compromise through accessible servers, root compromise via user accounts, backdoor creation. I would put here another one, which is abuse, system abuse. So it's not necessarily only compromising a system, but maybe you want to waste resources, or you want to do Bitcoin mapping and mining on a machine that you should not be wasting electricity. That for me would be an abuse. So that would be number 6. Probably these are probably the most important ones for a system administrator. And the one that I'm mentioning, it's a really tricky one to do, but you can use limits. Man limits. 1 limits. Yeah, set or display process resource limits, and probably it's possible also to set limits on accounts. Yeah. RCTL, I think display resource limits database. Yeah. Rules of human readable output, subject, action, something like numerical resources. Yeah, this is prevent user show from allocating more than one. So there we go. So RCTL, add user Joe memory usage, deny after 1 giga. Yeah. And RCTL is really good to prevent system abuse. So let's continue reading. A denial of service is an action that deprives the machine of needed resources. Yeah, not only the machine, but also who wants to use the service cannot use it. So I'm denied to use the service. That's why it's a denial of service. And it's the DOS is the standard one, but there is the DDoS, the distributed denial of service. That's another level. So typically attacks are brute force mechanisms, okay, that attempt to crash over the is unusable by overwhelming. Yeah, I would say I'm not sure crash, but yes, to make a machine unusable, overwhelming its servers or network stack. Not only this, but the abuse case I was saying, for example, if you want to allocate too much memory, then it's for me, this is also denial of service. So previously, um, when I was a student at university, I was doing system administration, and there was a very simple denial of service that people used to do on the machines, and um, you don't need any network for that, which is a so-called fork bomb. And sometimes we had to go physically to the machine and even maybe reset the machine if we didn't put limits, because root would not be able to log into the machine. A fork bomb is a process that just keeps on forking and forking, and you run out of process IDs at some point in time. And when you run out of process IDs or run out of memory, you cannot start any other process. So for that, we used to limit to about, I don't know, 1,000 PIDs or something per user. I think that was more than enough. And fork bombs didn't work anymore, because you fork it a couple of times, then your account cannot do anything more. I mean, you can log in again because SSH is working and whatnot, but the system is going to see, it's the same user and it's already using 1,000 processes, so no, you are not allowed to create any other process. And this is imposing the resource limits. Yeah? Some DOS attacks try to take advantage of bugs in the networking stack to crash with a thing. Yeah, this is ping of death and stuff like this. The latter can only be fixed by applying a bug fix to the kernel. Attacks on servers can often be fixed by properly specified options to limit the load. There we go. Under adverse conditions. Brute force network attacks are harder to deal with. A spoofed packet attack, for example, is nearly impossible to stop, short of cutting your system off from the internet. Yeah, nowadays we do load balancing. Yeah, it may not be. Let me see how is the compilation going. Harvard. Oh, it evolved. It went to Harvard. How long did it take to compile that stuff? This was the CMake thing. CMake took 47 minutes. If you were thinking that it doesn't take too much time, there you have a good example. Now it's going to start again. If you remember from last stream, this is going to be nasty. 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I cannot do anything about that. Yeah, load balance. It may not be able to take your machine down, but it can fill up your internet pipe. Yeah. A user account compromise is even more common than some things still run telnet. Come on, you cannot be doing that. And FTPD. This is, I think it's even deprecated. This is not delivered anymore with FreeBSD. These servers by default do not operate over encrypted connections. That's true. The result is that if you have any modern sized user base, one or more users will have his or her password sniffed. Yes, maybe at some point in time I show how to do that. The attentive system administrator will analyze his remote access logs looking for suspicious source addresses, even for successful logins. One must always assume that once an attacker has access to a user, it can break root. Yeah. However, there is that in a well-secured environment, access to a user account does not necessarily give the attacker access to root. True, the distinction is important because without access to root, attacker cannot generally hide his tracks and may, at best, be able to do nothing more than mess with the user's files or crash the machine. Or maybe perform resource exhaustion, like PID, fork bomb, denial of service. User account compromise are very common because users tend not to take the precautions that sysadmins take. Yeah? Who puts sticky notes on the monitor with the password? If you do it, you know who you are. So system admin must keep in mind that there are potentially many ways to break root on a machine. The attacker may know the root password. Yeah, okay. That's not breaking root if you know the root password. The attacker might find a bug in a root run server and be able to break root over a network on that server, or an attacker may break a known bug in a setuid. Yeah, that's typically stuff I teach in my courses. If an attacker has found a way to break root on a machine, the attacker may not have a need to install a backdoor. No, I would still do it. Why not? Because if you patch that problem with this I mean, you update the system and suddenly I'm no longer able to do the same breaking as I could do before. I still have my binary there if you don't find it. And then I'm in like Flynn. Many of the root holes found in enclosed to date involved a considerable amount of work by the attacker to clean up after himself. So most attacks do install backdoors. What does one thing have to do with the other? Many of the root holes found a considerable amount of work by the attacker found and closed to date involve a considerable amount of work by the attacker to clean up after himself. Okay, that's one thought. So most attackers do install backdoors. It makes no sense to me, sorry. This gives you a convenient way to detect the attacker, if you're clever enough. Making it impossible for an attacker to install a backdoor may actually be detrimental to your security because it will not close off the hole the attacker used to break in. How can I make it impossible for an attacker to install a backdoor if the attacker is root already? And if I don't allow him to do this, it may be detrimental to your security because it will not close off the hole. It will not close off the hole the attacker used to break in already. I don't understand this. So making it hard, this should read like making it hard or impossible, okay, making it impossible for an attacker to install a backdoor is a good thing for your system because this means that he's forced to break through the hole that he found out before. And if you patch that thing and you don't allow him to install a backdoor, then he has lost control of the system. Yeah? But this sentence makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, but this doesn't parse. Security remedies should always be implemented with a multi-layered onion peel approach. This is the so-called defense in depth. Can be securing root and staff accounts. Secure root 2 times. Okay, I'm not liking the question. Maybe I'm too picky here because I work in this area, but I definitely see problems with the text here. So securing root run servers, and set binaries. Okay, there are several things here. Point 1 refers, number 1, securing root. Number 2, securing staff accounts. Number 3, securing binaries, in particular set UID, set group ID binaries. Okay. Securing user accounts. Okay. It's also a staff, depends on how you categorize, but okay. Securing the password file. Okay, that's done by default. Securing the kernel core, raw device, file systems. Good. Quick detection of a paranoia. Okay. Yeah, I see. Getting some messages on my chat. So, not saying who am I replying to, but it's one of the viewers. Okay. Securing the root account and securing staff accounts. Okay, now it's going to tell me all these things. Number 1, securing root and whatever. Securing root. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much. Do not bother securing staff. Huh? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, the text is starting funny. Let's secure the root account and the stuff. So do not bother doing this if you didn't do that. So I would have started the text differently. I'm very critical here. Most systems have a password assigned to the root account. The first thing you do is always. This does not mean that you should have password is always necessary for the console. Blah 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 blah. Yes. Yada yada. An indirect way to secure is to secure your staff accounts by using alternate. Yeah, good. Kerberos looks good. The more indirect security mechanism also assume that you are longing from a more restricted to a less restricted. For example, if your main box is running also, you're okay. Using something like Kerberos. Okay, securing root router. A prudent citizen only runs the servers he needs to, no more, no less. Wow. A cost-aware admin runs. I don't care to have more. I mean, I might deploy more servers just to be honeypots. So why not deploy more? Put some honeypots out there. Be aware that third-party servers are often the most bug-prone. Third-party servers. Yeah, this means what is a third-party service? Something you don't control? Maybe. For example, running an old version of IMAP and Popper is like giving a universal root ticket out to the entire world. They want to be funny. Never run a server that you have not checked out carefully. Okay, these cheap sentences. Many servers do not need to be run as root. Yeah. It's not many servers, it's many services. A server is not running root. A server runs many applications that run under several different accounts. But what is meant here most likely is that services, many services that run in servers need not be run under the root account, and that is called hardening, system hardening. So, for example, the talk, and there we go, the daemons, what I was discussing, just talking. For example, talk, com, finger, daemons can be run in a special user sandbox. Yeah, sandbox is not perfect unless you go to a large amount of trouble. A sandbox is a jail. It could be another name for a jail. If someone is able to break, and by the way, don't run services as root inside jails. I don't know if I've done already a video on how to escape jail. So if you have, if you are root in a jailed account, you can escape the jail. Believe me. If I didn't do a video, I should do. So if someone is able to break in through a server running in it, they still have to break out of the sandbox. And if you run stuff as root inside the sandbox, inside this jail, you are guilty as charged. The more layers the attacker must break through, the lower the likelihood of his success. Root holes have historically been found in virtually every server ever run as root. And not only root, but virtually every server, period, including basic system servers. What is a basic system server? If you are running a machine through which people only log in via SSH and never log in via Telnet, then turn off this service. Okay, it's nicely meant, this manual page, but I have lots of comments. FreeBSD now defaults to running talk, concert, and thing in a sandbox. Yeah, and OpenBSD even splits those things even further. Depending on whether you are installing a new system or upgrading an existing one, the special user accounts used by these sandbox may not be installed. The prudence would research and implement sandbox whenever possible. Let's check the status. Depending on, okay, there are a number of other servers that typically do not run in other servers, other services. This is so these services typically do not run in sandbox. That's what they want to say. Sandmail, FTP, and others. So a server is a machine, and a service is a process running inside a machine that provides a service. There are alternatives to some of these, but installing them may require more work than you are willing to put. Well, okay, the convenience factor strikes again. You may have to run these services as root and rely on other mechanisms to detect break-ins that might occur through them. No, so if you run, no, okay, I will take this. I will accept this. So if you are running a service as root, you need observability. Yeah, so you need to detect weird things ongoing. Yeah. The other big potential root hole is in a system are that set your ID. While nothing is 100, the system can be considered reasonably safe. Yeah, until they are not. Still, root holes are occasionally found exactly in these binaries, as I said, and they are safe until they are not. A root hole was found in 19 that made Xterm vulnerable. Okay, why this random example? It is better to be safe than sorry, and prudence will restrict to only staff and get rid of that nobody uses. Okay. I should at some point in time discuss ACL in FreeBSD. Yeah? ACLs are really awesome stuff. Let's continue. A server with no display generally does not need an Xterm binary. That's true. Can be most. Okay. Why this sentence comes here and then this sentence comes there? So this is system hardening. Don't install stuff you don't need. Yeah. And this is another thing which is already what is there. So SUID, root, and this and so on, they can be problematic. Can be almost as dangerous as what? If an intruder can break as a KMM binary, the intruder might be able to read and thus the encrypted password potentially. Yeah, it's again small examples that don't bring me further. Alternative, an intruder breaks group can monitor. I mean, if they are breaking stuff, of course they will be able to monitor these things and do whatnot. Yeah. So that should be obvious. An intruder that breaks TTY can write to the TTY. Hooray! I found out that if someone is able to break in as root, they can run commands as root. Okay, no words. If a user is running a terminal problem or an emulator with a keyboard simulation feature, the intruder can potentially generate a data stream that causes the user's turn to echo command, which is then run as this is really contrived. If a user is running a terminal program or emulator with a keyboard simulation, what is a keyboard simulation? The intruder can potentially generate a data stream that causes the user's terminal to echo a command, which is then run as that user. Okay, let's continue. Secure. I'm a little bit disappointed now, to be honest. I like 99%, 99.9999% of the man pages I see are like good. Here I'm probably being exercising too much criticism. Maybe for someone that's just reading this for the first time and has no idea, this is probably really nice information. But for me that work in this area, for me that concluded higher level studies in this area, this is not sufficient, and I don't find that these descriptions are good. But please, I mean, I'm really criticizing this part, but until now, all the man pages we are seeing are really, 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 really good. Oh, 19 has started. Securing the password. The only secure fire way is to F out. The only sure fire way is to star out as many passwords as you can and use SSH or for access to those accounts. This doesn't compute. Even though the crypted password file can only be read by root, it may be possible for the secure password database. This is a different thing on how FreeBSD does stuff. File etc secure password. It's a Berkeley DB thing. It's not SQLite. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a DB program, database access methods for DB. We have 5. 6, there is no 7 dB, no. 3 dB, also 3 is there. No, the Berkeley thing, and there is no number 1. So it's not like we could do SQLite 3 on the file.db. We cannot do this. Xstamp etc secure password thingy. Yeah, so send mail, default passwords, etc. Is there any GUI for that and any command line? Berkeley db command line. Berkeley db command line utilities. I don't know this, and it's db archive. So it should be there. db not found. Deadlock. No, this is wrong. Examining from the Berkeley db files, exactly. And how do we do db dump? Okay. db dump. db dump. I don't know why it has such a strange name. mdb dump. Okay. Okay, so db utils. This is for Linux. In FreeBSD, I would guess that this is already installed. I'm not going to dump the password thingy now. Password database, db file, yeah, whatever. Your security should always check for and report changes to the password. Yeah, checking file integrity. Securing the kernel, raw devices. Come on, even this is if an attacker breaks root, he can just do about anything, sure, but there are certain conveniences. For example, most modern kernels have packet sniffing device under it is called BPF. An intruder will commonly attempt to run a packet filter sniffer. Yeah, you do not need to give the intruder the capability. The most should not have BPF device compiled in. Okay, yeah, fine. But even if you turn off you still have devman and kmem to worry about for the KLD load. I mean, if he became root to them on the machine, then he is going to read memory, and that's it. There is also another kernel called the module loader. Yeah, this is it's a rootkit can be installed, and enterprising intruder. Enterprising. Is this an enterprise intruder? So okay, can you scale them to install its own BP and other things on a? I mean, if you can do this, you are root, and you can install whatever device you want. You have to run the kernel as a higher. Okay, that is now we are talking about. So there are different security levels in FreeBSD, and this is really nice. Kernel secure level. Now we're starting to talk. So sys control here, security level -1. And there is information on so it's the mandatory access control, FreeBSD, secure level, Mac. So secure level. Yeah, let's go here. So Where does it say 5? Okay, the kernel runs on 5 different levels of security. Any superuser process can raise the security level, but cannot lower it. The security levels are here, -1. This is how it comes by default. Permanently insecure. Always run the system. This is the default initial value. Now, 0 is an insecure, immutable, and append-only flags may be turned off. All devices may be... Okay. 1. Secure mode. The system, immutable, and system append-only may not be turned off. Disks for mounted may not be opened for writing. Kernel modules may not be loaded and unloaded. So I can raise the level, but I cannot lower it. Okay. So the next level is highly secure. Same as secure, plus disks may not be open for writing, whether mounted or not. This level precludes tampering with file systems by unmounting them and also inhibits running new FS while this is in addition, kernel time changes are restricted to less than or equal to 1 second. Attempts to change it by more than this will log time adjustment clamped to +1 second, which is, if I want to change the system by 1 hour, I can do 60 times 1 second, and this will do 1 minute, and then 60 times that thing, so 3,600 seconds, because it allows me to adjust. So it's just annoying, but it doesn't prevent me from changing the clock, the time. That's my understanding. Network secure mode is a highly secure mode, plus IP packet filter rules cannot be changed. So once you start bringing the system into these different levels, if you want to lower the security, you need to reboot the system. That's it, because any super user can raise, but cannot lower it. Okay. And this is really a good thing if you're really paranoid on security, which is good that it's mentioned here. So once you have set the security level, write access will be denied, SCHG and stuff like this. Maybe I do a video on this sometime. It's really nice. You must also ensure that this might be your... Okay, let's continue. Kernel runs with 5. Oh, it's written here. So, okay, network. Checking file integrity binaries config files. When it comes down, right down to it, you can only protect your core system so much before the convenience factor rears its ugly head. Yeah, that's true. For example, yes, as I said, probably counterproductive, which ones might, yeah, the last layer of security onion is perhaps the most important, detection. The rest of your security is pretty much useless, or worse, if you cannot detect potential incursions. Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. Half the job of the onion is to slow down the attacker rather than to stop him in order to kill him. Okay, the best way to detect an error is to look for modified, missing, or unexpected files. That is correct, but also looking for unexpected processes if you don't have a rootkit installed, because if an attacker is able to get root, is able to log in as root in the machine, he can install a rootkit that even will not allow you to see the modification of files. And he fully controls the machine, so that's pretty bad. Writing your security keys on an extra secure limited access system makes them mostly invisible to potential, and this is important. Okay, yeah. In order to take maximum, you generally have to give the limited access policy to other machines in a way, usually either doing by read-only NFS of the other. Yeah, so if you are exporting the stuff with NFS, then I would not say that things are really hidden, but whatever. Except for its network track. Okay, once you give at least it's supposed to monitor, etc. I'm going maybe way too into too much details on this. I know that this is coming close to the end, but this is 2 hours and a half, and it's coming close to midnight, and I will be sleeping in soon. So let's just finalize this reading and then stop the stream. If you have a huge amount of user disk space, it may take long to run through every file. Setting mount flags to disallow on those is a good idea. Yes. So it seems to me like there are some random thoughts here. I mean, some of the ideas I don't understand how you transition from talking about one subject to another. I would organize this thing in a different way. I would scan them anyway at least once a week, since the object of this is to detect the breaking, whether or not the breaking is effective. Yeah, that is true. Not only this, but maybe someone, some rogue sysadmin, remove the no set UID thing, and suddenly you think your assumptions don't match reality anymore. Process accounting is a relatively low overhead feature. I recommend as a post-break-in evaluation, it's especially used in tracking down how intruder is actually broken in it, assuming the file is still intact after the break-in occurs. Finally, security should process the log files and logs. Okay, yeah. Paranoia. A little paranoia, as a rule, is you can add number of security as long as they do not affect convenience. Yeah. Yeah. Let's special section on denials, limit and server forks. Okay. Limiting springboard attacks. ICMP, ping. Okay. Kernel root cache. Fine. Let's go. Send mail has some flags here, some flags there. Yeah. There is I think if you are looking for additional hardening measures, there is the SysCat, I think the Center of for Information. So there, I'm not sure if this is running in FreeBSD or not, but they have some really nice things. Of course, they want to sell the SysCat Pro, which is their own benchmarks, but they have some really nice benchmarks. So they have some documentation, which is the SysCat benchmarks. I think this, yeah, exactly. And this, so Linux, do they have the FreeBSD? No, they don't have. But but this gives some really good ideas on if you want to run Tomcat. So yeah, power. It's all these things here is MongoDB. So they, yeah, benchmarks on how to harden those things, yeah. And you can download the latest thingy here, and you're going to see that there is a lot of good information on how to do this hardening, yeah. So, and in FreeBSD there is also Linux, yeah, not Linux, Linux, pkg search, is it Linux? Security and system automation. It's kind of more or less what Syscat is doing. It's pretty good. Missing some things, but pretty good. Knobs and tweaks. Provide several knobs and tweaks. Let's see. Security VSTs see other UIDs. When you are installing the operating system by default, you can set some of these things here. And this is a list of stuff that you can tweak. So see jailproc, conservative thing when you are only allowed to send job control to processes executing process with changed UIDs. Okay, unprivileged proc. So so if you're not doing software development, maybe you don't need to allow debugging. Tunable enables operation are sanitized to prevent meltdown. Okay, mitigation flush controls return to prevent cross processes, return to spectacular. Quite a lot of stuff here. Mitigations, ASLR, address space layout randomization, and etc. and whatnot. Okay, that's it. Was originally I met Dylan and first of in 3.1 December 98. That's good. So it has been evolving over time. I think I'll stop here. Yeah, this stuff is probably. I remember that yesterday the OpenJDK version 21 took 45 minutes or 48 or whatever. So although it has done most of the work, we see here we are at 96%. I just was maybe talking way too much. It's too late for me, and this stream is already becoming long, and tomorrow is another day, which I will see and try to finalize this. So what do I want? Let me maybe just mention this. What do I want to finalize? I want to finalize the porting of ghidra, or not the porting, so the update to ghidra version 11.3.1. And this is one of the things, and the other thing is this plugin, this star GZ that I did before, which is the decompiler for Rust. I want it to be added as one of the new ports. As far as I know, this is not there yet, and I finished almost everything that is needed. Yeah, I still need to consider a couple of things for that, but those considerations will happen on another day, not today. So I see still some people are pièce de résistance, still watching the stream. I wish you have a really good evening. I hope that you enjoyed. Let's see tomorrow if I find some time with my kids. I cannot promise that, but I will try. If I find again some time in the evening, I will continue. In any case, thanks for passing by, and I wish you have a great evening. If you have comments, suggestions, please leave down below, and have a good evening. Take care and bye bye.